Good evening, everyone. Friends, colleagues, comedians, in cars, getting coffee, noble creatures huddled in their living rooms, or wherever you're at. Welcome into the tree fort. Much like the gang of Sandlot, we are here in our tree forts on this joyous occasion. So welcome in.
No malos.
No, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah, you got Philip Boughton here with me. As always, we've got Stevie P,
Yo.
my good friend Royal Mills,
Howdy.
who is just a movie guru, 90s movie. He's a hell of a guy to know. And speaking of movies and 90s and guys, Joey Berries.
The only thing that could keep me away from the White Lotus was a podcast with my friends. So I'm glad to be here.
There you go. All right. Well, yes, we are here. Get used to it. We're ready to talk about a talk movie to me. So this is the first talk movie to me of season 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, it
I would
is.
say so.
Hell,
I didn't realize there were seasons. Okay.
there's seasons. There's a season.
You didn't invite me back.
There's a season for everything.
I thought there's a few months in there just said, hey, we don't need Joey Berries.
Like, screw that guy.
I always say we need to sprinkle in some berries.
Yeah.
It's always a good time when you're on.
I remember.
I remember. There's a little crunch berries, member berries. But yeah, so season 3, this is what, episode 2 officially?
Correct.
Correct. That is episode.
So 2, Yankees are 3-0. A lot of numbers.
There's lots of numbers coming at you, but episode 2, talk movie to me. We're going to be discussing, and great segue there, Joey Berries, with the Yankees. We're discussing Sandlot, the classic movie from 1993 about some kids and them just playing baseball in the yard. But it's relevant because opening day was this past Thursday. So we are celebrating that. So we'll talk a little baseball. We'll talk a little movie. We'll talk a little hot lifeguards. We'll talk big dogs. Things that scared us when we were kids, kooky blind neighbors, whatever we got going on, we're going to talk about it today.
Are your neighbors coming? Are they joining the pod?
I don't know. I don't know them. I don't know who they are. I don't know if I have neighbors.
Phil, do you have any kids knock on your door asking for you to fetch some balls out of your backyard?
Nope. No, a bunch of people yell at me and they think that I used to own a junkyard. I'm like, I never owned a junkyard in my life. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But
I was on a 400-pound mastiff sitting out there too.
no, there's a husky that just sleeps on the couch all day long. So
How long does she have to stay sleeping on the couch?
he does not have to stay sleeping on the couch. He just chooses to do that because
I thought you were going to say forever.
he's living his best life.
Forever.
And you misgender my dog more than any.
I do it all the time. It seems like a female dog to me. It really does.
It's a handsome dog. I don't know.
And I don't mean that as a disrespect at all. It's a beautiful dog. It seems like it flows. It's like wearing a white wedding dress or something like that.
I feel like you want to Sam Rockwell my dog.
Wait a minute. What reference is that from the White Lotus?
That was a
If only your dog had a middle name, we could give it a tree fort name.
I think we gave him Dog as a middle name.
Like a doge.
We did it. We'll have to look through the archives. But yeah, so Sandlot. Who watched
Absolute
it?
class.
I literally just watched it to refresh a little bit ago, so I'm coming off real hot on it.
a touch hotter than you. I literally just
finished.
we watched it, finished it with the boys. Jack and James's first time watching that.
Oh,
They loved
yes.
it. They were honestly terrified though
Oh.
when they went to retrieve the ball and yeah was almost eaten by the dog. Like absolutely terrified. I say, buddy, they're just kidding. Like the dog didn't actually eat a kid. Well, you'll learn at the end, buddy. He's a nice dog. He's a nice guy.
And then he does a crazy lips.
That was going to be one of my like unanswerable questions. Like, why does he do that? It's a nervous tick.
It's a nervous tick, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, has Tourette's.
He doesn't.
Oh, I think he says yeah.
He, true story. Yaya grows up to
Yes.
Yaya grows up and turns into Johnny Two Times from Goodfellas. He gets that name because he says everything 2 times. Like,
Let me get the papers.
get the papers. Get the papers. So there you go.
Also, great.
I thought you were actually going to talk about how he grew up to be like a roid-headed freak.
Oh, I didn't know what he did.
It's very possible. He did grow up with him Cameo, in case you guys were wondering.
Is he?
He is on Cameo.
Oh,
For the next talk movie to me, should we do something like that? Like get him to join on for his cameo?
That'd
get
be sick.
him to do it?
That would cut.
Not like him specifically, but whatever the next movie is.
Oh.
You get like
Like
the C-list or D-list celebrity from that movie that's on cameo.
Like we did with Marla Hooch.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can do that.
That was awesome.
We could do that.
What a hitter.
What a hitter. And what a league. Love it.
Anybody else watch it?
Great reference.
Yeah, I watched it.
I watched it so many times I don't even need to.
He does this. It doesn't even
Watched it. I still haven't watched it with my kids, though. I got to get my boys to watch it.
The boys.
At least the
Gotcha.
oldest. He's 5 now. I think he'll be able to retain the information pretty well.
Yeah, he'll love it. Like
If he doesn't,
the first
he's gone.
the first 5 minutes is a little slow, but like once it gets into the old school baseball, like because like the first 5 minutes is the guy going into the ballpark as the announcer and going through all those mementos, and it's slow music. Like I honestly fast forwarded through that, and actually I'm going to save this. I'm going to save that next part for later. But yeah, it's just fast through the first 5 minutes for a 5-year-old, and he'll start loving that movie right away.
Just the bowl of popcorn will keep him busy for those first few.
It's kind of funny how good the movie is that you forget that the first 5 minutes even happens when it gets into it until the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that was part of the movie.
Right.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I thought it was just, started with Smalls and Benny hitting fly balls.
Yeah. I kind of forgot a little bit about that. There were a couple other things that really, I don't know if it's just because. Did you lose me?
No, you're
No,
there.
you're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The buzzing went off, which is nice.
Yeah, sorry, that's me.
I was going to say, there were a couple things that as an adult, I think I realized more and definitely want to get into that. But where do we want to start here?
Can I make a little claim?
You can, please.
I just want to go on the record to say how cool his mom was to be like super supportive of him, like being mischievous and being a boy and also like getting out there and not just like sheltering him like modern day moms do.
Yeah.
Amen.
I like
That's a real American mom right there.
that is.
What's the...
Well, and that's also a 60s mom, too. She's like, go out there, get in trouble, scrape yourselves up.
Yeah.
They let the kids go out there with the molesters and the unregulated fireworks and just go out there and play for 5 hours. I don't want to hear from you.
Well,
Now everyone's got all these kids have air tags in their shoes. They got to know exactly where they are every second.
your kids have air tags in their shoes,
He does.
so you know where he is.
Yep.
It's like that Black Mirror episode.
Which one?
There's pedophiles all over the place. I can't help my
No,
anxiety over it.
It's life isn't like it was in the 60s, and that's
Well,
evident.
not even. I mean, like to
The 90s.
Royal's point,
Yes,
they're like,
the 90s.
what did we do as kids? Like, because I know myself and the PRCR, Jimmy Hill, that family, we were outside all the time. And like, so we were constantly going through the woods, building a tree fort. It wasn't even a tree fort. It was snow fence, and playing 1-on-1 with an all-time quarterback touch football, and like just doing stuff like that all the time outside. So
then how did you find where your friends were without a phone?
Cub Scouts. Oh,
Now y'all met at the same house with all the bikes.
we saw the bikes.
Yeah, you find.
There you go. That's it. Royal Mills. That's what. Just gonna say. Once you learned how to ride a bike, that was your freedom right there.
Exactly.
And you're absolutely right. Yeah, the bike 5 feet into the lawn off the road.
Yep.
Oh, there's Jimmy's bike.
It's a guaranteed invite.
They're all at Mill's house. We're going there.
Yeah, I mean,
Usually the same house too, right? One guy had all the boys over.
Yep.
That was my house as a kid. But I was also grounded all the time, so all my friends just came over to my house and hung out with me at my house.
that tracks.
These days, like, I feel like that's why Sandlot is such a nostalgic movie for me, not just because
You're quiet
it's
now.
from a child. Is that better?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Take
Like,
culture. You're like James Earl Jones now.
This movie is nostalgic for me, not just because it's from my childhood, but because of the lifestyle that the kids had. Like, you don't get that much these days. Kids are inside playing Fortnite on TikTok. No one's out there just ripping dingers.
Yeah. And I feel like people don't live like, maybe it's kind of the LA thing, but like that was like a neighborhood. Like, people don't really live in developments so much, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
Like cul-de-sac.
you do.
No, we do. Yeah, no, we
I
do.
do.
And like my wife, Lynn Maple, she actually like would rather be like have a piece of property and be like by herself. So I'm like,
Yeah.
but one of the best parts of being in a neighborhood is our kids have 20 other kids that they can play with at any beck and time. If there's pros and cons to each, but being in a neighborhood, that's what community's all about, right? That's living, baby.
Think about having that large piece of property that the kids can like your buds can still come over anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
Mine would have a golf simulator.
Yeah.
Definitely a tractor.
Yep. That'll bring us over, at least.
Just golf cart those kids over.
My neighborhood's huge. I'm in between 2 military bases, though, so people come and go all the time, and it kind of sucks. I feel like the permanent members, everyone kind of keeps to themselves, but I'm hoping the kids kind of break that. I want them to be in the backyard in some type of little fort that they build, making s'mores.
Yeah.
Talking
Near an open flame.
Ball players. Yeah.
We want an open flame in that treehouse.
Yes, absolutely.
With a fire hose nearby, just in case.
If it's not dangerous, it's not fun.
So let's dive into the meat of the movie here, and I think a category to start with, favorite scene. Right, that'd be a good one.
Ooh,
I like that.
Ooh, yeah.
Harris, take it off. Start it off.
Yeah. So,
Start it
I
off.
think easily the one. This is a low hanging fruit, but like easily when we were watching as a family, the one that we were all enthralled with, and laughing our ass off and checking out dog balls the entire time was the dog chase at the end, where Benny had to pickle the beast. It's probably the most thrilling part. It may not be there's other comedic scenes that I'm assuming one or two of you guys is going to mention, but it's the culmination of the movie. It's the heart of the movie. It's where you get the realization that, hey, this dog isn't really a monster. It's just somebody who kind of just wants to be played with. He just wants love. Just wants a little love. He just wants to play a little. a little catch, a little tag. He wanted the boys to, get a rector set in there and toss that ball in the air so you can catch it, just engulf it. So, and to get a cool shot of those PF Flyers in that scene.
Oh yeah,
It's funny you mentioned that part because there's a specific part of that dog chase scene that makes me always laugh. And it's the part where with the little kid and he's like, "Oh, mommy, look, a doggy, a big doggy." It's not even that part that makes me laugh. It's the part of right after he says it, the camera view pulls back and sees a dog chasing, and you see the kid on the side, and he's just like, "Ah!"
It's extremely well done. It really is. Like, they also have like the POV of like Benny dropping the garbage cans in the alleyway, the camera smashed in like it's the dog. There was a lot of testicles though in that scene, like a lot of balls,
massive
dog balls.
And also at that point, how old was Hercules? Like they said, he was locked up for 20 years. First of all, we know that that's probably not possible in dog years, but like if that dog is actually 20 years old, that's some good stamina for a 20-year-old dog to be running after a 12-year-old Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
So
They have a lot of rest.
obviously, Squints' story was not true. So
Imagine that in
White.
3D.
Yeah. Mr. Murder was white. He owned a junkyard. He could see. I mean, it just kept piling up. But yeah, but he does say that Hercules lived to like 199 in dog years. Like even still, so 20 would be 140. So then, I mean, do the math, divide that by 7, and like that. There's no way that dog lived to be over 15. Those types of big dogs don't live that way.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, especially after having the fence dropped on him. Like, he has internal damage.
Yeah.
Like, there's some broken ribs.
Yeah.
There might be a punctured lung. I don't know. I mean, obviously dogs have lungs. I don't know if they have the same internal organs as we do. But yeah, there's something. He's dead in a few weeks, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the way they ended it is so disappointing compared to how the whole chase scene was. Like, you mean to tell me it all ends with this slow falling fence landing on the dog? Like, dogs are pretty quick to begin with naturally. Like, I don't know. I felt like they could have did a little better with that part.
Yeah.
I think you're so right because, like, so after he runs through the pool scene, he goes, Sandlot, Sandlot, Sandlot. Go to the Sandlot, everybody. Let's go. It sounded like Benny had a plan.
Yeah.
What was his plan exactly?
Oh,
To jump over the fence,
Get him back.
break his back.
Yeah.
But, like, Hercules broke through the fence. He would be able to come back even if I think it was poor planning on Benny's part.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Art LaFleur should have gave a little bit better advice.
Little cinematic flaws.
Yeah.
I
So
think it was just bringing it to their home turf, like bring them to where we're most familiar, kind
So
of
you
thing.
like
Figure
the
it out from there.
Royal, what's your favorite scene?
Oh, definitely after they got off the ride after eating the Big League Chew and they're all belching really loud and they're just covered in vomit. That part was always the funniest part to me. That loud burp at the end, he's like, "Ugh."
Now,
That's great.
have you ever had experiences with chewing tobacco?
Oh gosh, yes.
Yep.
Have you ever swallowed it?
Oh, jeez. One of the traumatic events in my life was as a young kid, I was at a party at my aunt and uncle's house, and I remember my uncle used to spit, and he spit in a can all the time. And I made the mistake of grabbing his can and drank it, and I vomited everywhere, like just. Ugh, I'm getting quoozy just thinking about it. Ugh.
So, Roy, was it that you got immediately sick, or because like you swallowed the chaw that like you got like dizzy, and then
No,
threw up afterwards?
I didn't know. It was immediately like, this is disgusting. This is not soda. Blah.
So at my uncle's wedding when I was like 16, they had put champagne for the toast at everyone's table. They also put it at the kids' table. And I heard my mom tell the waitress, "Hey, you got to take those champagnes off of the table." So I decided to go pound, 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 pound. And then I got to one of the last ones, or like I thought it was it was just like another drink at the table. There was a cigarette butt in it.
Oh,
Oh my god, that's the
So I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
yeah, my buddy he was like, here, try some of this after we ate a Big Mac, and he just gave me the thickest wad of Grizz Wintergreen long cut, and within 5 minutes I was just blowing chunks in the sink.
Oh yeah.
I'll
Was
admit, I
With
tried it.
dizziness?
Yeah, I got real dizzy, just spins.
I've tried it, and it's not that horrible, I guess, but I would never swallow that or nothing like that. And ugh.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Joel. Sorry.
No, I would never do it voluntarily ever again.
Never.
So Joey
It's so fu-
was there for my story. Do you remember?
I was.
Do you know it? The Dave concert.
No.
20 years.
No, enlighten me.
So remember, we all went to the Dave concert. I think it might have been the Shotgun Hankin scenario, but drinking heavily all day. And then there was a tent, like Skoll had a tent. And I remember you and me went and got some, and I couldn't keep it in my lip, and I accidentally swallowed the entire wad.
Oh,
We were all tailgating at the concert, or before the concert, and it was David Matisyahu.
Oh, yeah. I remember that concert.
Fantastic.
like Dave Matthews Band?
Yes, sir.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and for first 20 minutes, I just started getting really hot and dizzy, and I was just trying to find any sort of water or something, and then the next 5 minutes was awful, and I threw up. I threw up adjacent to Tony Citation's vehicle, and as I'm just barfing on and near the tire, some guy walks by and he's like, "Yeah, boot and rally, man." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Ugh.
I had no recollection of that. I'm glad I stayed away from you.
It was perfect. I made out with a.
Oh, no.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
No,
I
you didn't.
Yes, I did, and then we ended up dating. And you know who it is.
Oh, good God.
I just can't imagine swallowing an actual wad of.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think that we can all agree that it's not as fun as it is depicted in the big leagues or used to be on screen, or even like cool guys in high school that could do it. Like I played baseball throughout my entire life, and I knew a lot of guys who did it routinely, and anytime I ever tried it, I just got sick. It's just, I'm good. I'm good. Don't need to do it.
Yeah.
I knew kids that used to live in my school.
Oh, you were the kid who used to do it in school?
No. I knew some kids that used to do it at my school, and they would skip lunch and just go sit in their car and chew and think it was the coolest thing ever.
That's the thing. It's just a thing that people think is cool to do, but
Chew it, dumb.
yes, there's a buzz, but come on,
Yeah.
I don't know, just smoke some weed, be a real.
Yeah,
Right.
get a real buzz.
Be an adult.
Yeah, do a line. Come on. Yeah.
I gotta tell you guys, my favorite scene in this movie, though, to change gears, it's a pretty obvious one, but Wendy Peppercorn.
Can't wait to get into her.
It was such a core memory for me as a kid, seeing that scene and looking at Squints like he was such a gangster. And then I tried to recreate that scenario every time I would go to the water park as a kid. Just all right, I'm find the hottest lifeguard I can.
They're all dudes.
They're all dudes.
No, I want her.
Now get the other one.
No, it was back in the 90s when the chicks actually had dude haircuts and looked like a dude. The most butch lifeguards you could ever see.
But just the pair on that kid to pull off such a Barney Stinson move right? And then not only does he do it with the full expectation of her completely despising him, but he gets that little gesture of approval, like a respect thing. She's like, "Good job, kid."
Oh, yeah. She likes to get choked out.
That's what I'm saying.
She's great.
Yeah.
The smile from him, though, says it all.
Yeah,
9 kids.
like
I mean, yeah.
Wait, well, let me ask: how old do you think Wendy Peppercorn is?
in the
Does
movie.
it say in the movie?
I would say
I don't think it does.
probably.
I would say she was
16.
probably
Had to been like
still in
16,
high school.
18 range.
Yeah, still in high.
She was pretty developed, if you know what I mean, for a 16-year-old.
Mm.
Like, I'm just a little worried she's a little bit of
It was before soy milk.
Well, I mean, she wasn't. He made the move, but
She fucking waved at him. He's 11 or 12.
I mean,
He has not hit puberty yet.
you know what?
Heart,
I mean, when,
that's what it wants.
when he does hit puberty, he's going to be putting 9 kids in there. So
Oh, she's gonna groom it for sure.
yeah,
Are you sure they're all his?
we're not
It's a draft pick. You gotta
That's an unanswerable right there.
No.
develop it.
knowing her. No, I wouldn't put money on
So Phil.
that. She's pulling a train.
So speaking of Wendy, did want to just challenge you real quick.
Sure.
Actress name is Mary Shelton.
Yeah.
Do you know any other movies she's in?
Dark-
Royal, feel free to.
I have no
She's
idea.
in Dark Shadows.
I don't know. I just said that.
There's a favorite movie of yours that she is in.
Mine?
Yes, correct. And if you don't get it, I will be very disappointed. Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
pulled up the list.
She is in Bubble Boy
Yep.
with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
Holy cow.
Girlfriend.
I mean,
She's also in Sugar and Spice. She's in a couple Scream movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
She's
I know
a decent
some
heavy
scary
movie.
movies.
Oh my god. She's Sheriff Judy Hicks in the Scream movie from a few years ago.
Bubble Boy.
Yep.
I thought she was a one-hit wonder. I really did.
Oh, man.
I
What a babe.
Joey, I've got a rebuttal for you.
Ooh, bring it.
In Bubble Boy,
No, what? Wait a minute. This is different. I don't like Bubble Boy like you do.
so in Bubble Boy, it's not it's not really a thing.
Very shorter.
No, in Bubble Boy, his dad.
Oh, wait. Isn't his dad the guy from Zodiac?
Yes,
Yeah,
isn't that hilarious?
yeah. Oh, that is funny. No, you're right. Yeah, because Gyllenhaal,
And Gyllenhaal, like at the end, stares him down.
he's hunting him down. Yeah.
Yeah, classic.
Funny.
That guy is in The Founder. He's in a bunch of good.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic actor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah, Bowden, what's your favorite scene?
my favorite scene, obviously, is Mr. Myrtle going through the
George?
George. He knew me.
was good.
Um,
Why don't you just knock on the door? I'd have got it for you.
that was my Halloween costume this past year. I mean, that is.
With or without blackface.
I didn't need it. Didn't need it. I did such a great job on the rest of it. Everybody just automatically knew.
Did you have a dirty ball with you?
Yes,
That's great.
it's in my backpack. I had a ball that we wrote Babe Ruth on it. I had a pillow. It was a pillow that had a bull mastiff on it. I was blind. I had the overalls and the dress shirt.
Did you have like those good old school Ray-Bans sunglasses?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
blind people glasses. Had those. Yeah, it was perfect.
The blind people glasses?
Mm-hmm. Blind people glasses.
Underrated costume.
It was a fantastic.
I don't think he was wearing like the blind people glasses. He was wearing like just black Ray-Bans.
Was he? I don't know.
He couldn't tell.
He upped the bar.
Yeah.
I saw his blind and raised him. But yeah, that is my favorite. And I texted Joey, and I'll tell you two this, but I think, you know, how all these people like mash movies up where there's like a clip from one movie and then somebody like inserts a clip from another movie, like on Instagram and X and stuff like that.
Yeah.
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 So I think it'd be hilarious if it was like, George, oh yeah, I knew him and he knew me. And I was damn good. Would have broke his record. Like, but they wouldn't let me play in the major leagues anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it because you're black? Hell no. Damn fastball hit me in the head. I lost my eyesight. If they like mashed up like Happy Gilmore and in the Sandlot together, I think it'd be
Jeez.
hilarious.
Better black handicap athlete, Mr. Birtle or Chubbs? Yeah.
Don't worry
Who's
about
going to be the next Arnold Palmer, but Mr. Myrtle is going to be the next Babe Ruth.
Don't worry about that. It's made of wood, real sturdy.
Chubbs developed the champion, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's true.
I love Carl Weathers.
Can anyone? And I don't know. Are we going to do like a grinds my gear or whatever section? Because like I had this question about
We do that
Mr.
right
Myrtle.
now. Let's go.
All right, so I still don't have a good answer for it, and maybe Phil, I think you might have either known this or looked this up, but like, so he says I would have broken his record too, but I went blind, and there's a picture of him in a Pittsburgh Pirates uniform next to George, who's wearing a New York Yankees uniform.
Mm.
The color barrier was not broken until 1946.
I already told you this.
Babe Ruth stopped playing like 10 years earlier than that.
Mm-hmm.
So how is that possible? That he's... Go ahead. I maybe you told me, I forgot.
I did tell you. The Pittsburgh Crawfords, the Negro League.
But what about his record? I don't understand that. So like he's going to...
That's what I took it as.
Okay.
That he was a Negro League player, that he wasn't. He was like 50.
Okay.
And when did that movie take place? 57? He was not.
62.
Okay. Yeah, he was not. He was.
No, I know. That's just what I'm saying. Like it looks like a Pittsburgh Pirates uniform. And unless that team, the Negro League team, had the same style uniform, are we led to believe that they're trying to tell the audience that this guy was in the MLB at the same time as Babe Ruth was?
I always took it as that he was on the Negro, or in the Negro League. But I don't know.
Well, historically, that makes sense, yeah. But okay. I don't know if that bothered anybody else.
The Pittsburgh Crawfords.
Okay.
I mean,
Because that's
I
what
always
Make It
just
Right
took it
plays.
as, full fictional, so
Comes full circle.
legitimate time frame for Babe Ruth, who was bent in the movie. It wasn't. I mean, I guess I just never interpreted it as trying to be historically accurate, so it didn't really.
We praise historical accuracy and everything from our movies and media. So that is a great call. One of my grinds my gears is Bill and his, in the beginning of the movie, his general attitude is like, he's just like, oh yeah, oh, the kid's still here, like, yeah, man. Like,
when I get to it.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, I'll teach you how to throw a ball. Like, okay. When? Like today, tomorrow? When are we gonna go do this? And like,
he was a forced dad.
Oh yeah. But it's like,
He was just there for Karen Allen.
This one's not even mine.
I know. It's like the cheeks must have been real good if he was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick around with this geeky ass 11-year-old who can't even throw a ball.
But it's good casting because Dennis Leary is always kind of that. He's always an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a look to him like smarmy and Yeah.
Do you think,
Sarcastic.
do you think he's shooting
Yeah.
blanks?
Yes.
He didn't have any kids of his own. Clearly, she can have.
He doesn't seem like a guy who wants kids.
Then why did he marry her? She has a kid.
It was too
Taylor and
good.
Allen, man. The cheeks, baby.
I guess, but and so he's like, okay, like hurry up and turn 18.
Maybe she hid the kid for a while,
Hmm.
and then after he fell in love with the cooch, hey, I got Smalls here. You're gonna have to rear him.
Yeah, it's true. Could be it. I don't know, but that always was like, okay, well, yeah, he's kind of a douche.
Well, it's annoying enough when you have your own kids that are like, "Hey, can we go outside and throw the ball around?" And like you're dead tired or have like something else to do. But then it being your like stepchild, I that's just gotta suck.
And he's just like
It's
watching.
like, I don't wanna
TV,
do this.
Just like he's got the.
You're not even mine.
Yeah. Like, go ask your real dad to teach you how to throw. He's dead. Well, okay. Well, that's.
They ruined a perfectly good steak too. Like they're like, "Oh, we got to thaw that steak." I'm like, "No, that's on the kid's eye."
That's a good
Like,
mistake.
yeah, it's a good looking. I think it's a ribeye.
Yeah.
It looked pretty nice.
I mean, if you throw that on the grill, it's gonna any eye gook is gonna get cooked right off of it. So
You could have some eyebrow hairs in there.
just wash it real good. You'll probably be
I
fine.
guess so.
What about you two? Any?
I'll tell you. I got one.
Okay, lay it on.
Let's hear it.
The fact they made a horrible remake of it and tried to ruin its legacy
Mm.
with like, I guess like a female version, which don't get me wrong, I'm equal to everything,
I'm not. Get the fuck out of Sandlot.
but I mean, no need for it. You're trying to make a quick buck off of a legacy of a movie. You don't need to do that. Just ride the wave off the original.
Literally, you can't even do that because like one of the most iconic lines is "You play ball like a girl,"
Right.
and then you're gonna go ahead and try and remake the movie with girls. Like the core audience is
But it's perfect.
They're not even gonna.
Isn't that? That's perfect because they can utilize that content.
That just
killed it.
reminded me of
If they-
I never saw the movie, but I'm assuming they probably referenced that.
I don't even know if they did actually.
It was PC before PC was a thing. I seen it. It was awful. It was one of those like Sandlot 2, but it was basically let's just remake the first one and make it really corny and cheap.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Just a money grab.
Yeah.
They had a third one too with Squints in it.
Did they?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's trash just like the second.
yeah. I try to stay away from that type of stuff.
The original was just lightning in a bottle.
True.
And they're trying to repackage it.
It's like hunting a big deer. Your first deer you ever kill is like a 25-point buck. You're never going to get another one like that again. Just end it. Go out on a high note.
Wait, I got another grinding my gear, and it's back to Dennis Leary.
Yeah.
So when they were throwing the ball, and he's like, "Oh, you got to watch out for that curve."
Yeah.
Like he's just learning to catch, and you threw him a curveball.
Trial by fire, baby.
No, he was
Barry Zito's 12-6, just like
he's reliving his high school years.
But also, like, why are you throwing overhand at a kid who cannot catch? Like,
That's a guy reliving his childhood pitching years because he used to be a pitcher when he was in high school.
Yeah. You just throw the kid in the pool, teach him how to swim.
Back in my day, I used to throw a wicked curveball.
just move your glove to the.
Tore my rotator cuff in college.
It went to the bigs if I didn't tear my back up.
Yeah. One thing that I just remembered. So, the kids that they play that game against, who are they?
I think they were like the local like school team because they didn't play for the school team. They just played by themselves. And I think that was because I think they all went to the same school.
Yeah.
So it
It's
had to
been
be
like that,
That's
right?
what I thought.
Yeah.
They all had bikes, and it's like, are they the rich kids? Like, is this
That's
a
what I
travel
thought.
team?
the prep.
Just like the Richie travel,
Yeah.
and
And are
Pee Wee
they,
team.
like, apart from, Benny, you're or, none of you deserve to be out here. Like, then why isn't
Bunch
he on
of
the
rejects
team?
and fat kids, huh?
Yeah.
Ray Rodriguez?
Yeah. Then why isn't he on the team? Or De Nunez, like, he played AAA ball. Like, why weren't they on your team? Is it because they're
Well, I'm
minorities?
hoping that that's just a summertime thing because, like, Benny's clearly obviously the best player. He plays in the MLB, has a long career. He's eventually going to have to play organized ball. He can't get a college scholarship and work his way up by just playing in the backyard the whole time.
Yeah, I chalked it up to rich kids like Benny and the boys. They're just the Rugrats, like they're the ones playing at the Sandlot.
Yeah.
They don't play travel ball like all the rich uppity kids.
True.
That's how I
Speaking of-
interpreted it.
Speaking of that game, there's no umpires, right? Calling your own balls and strikes. First of all, I can't recall ever playing a baseball game without an umpire. Like, that just seems impossible to me. What do you guys think it would be the hardest sport to play without a referee or an umpire?
It's a great
I think
question.
baseball, because then I would have been like the whole time. Like, yeah.
I'll take a walk.
Like,
I was
especially
thinking basketball because you just call your own fouls all the time.
Call your own finals. Yeah.
I was gonna say like high diving because you have no idea how big the splash is.
Oh my god. It's ridiculous, but it is funny.
I gotta tell you.
Baseball is like sort of self-regulated that because like there's a lot of pickup games where there's nobody calling fouls.
Yeah.
That's what I was just gonna say. Is basketball just gets chippy.
Football would be tough because like how do you do the first downs? How do you do the chain
We
game?
used to do it on
Mhm.
just the cones.
Or is it just doing backyard?
Yeah.
Completions, like basically you have 4 downs to score a touchdown or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe, guys, I gotta tell you, it's small, but I don't know. From the get go, I was really hoping that Smalls would develop into the field, not into the freaking.
Whoa.
Like I was
Wait,
hoping.
say that?
I was hoping Smalls would develop and make it to the big leagues himself. Like he'd be, Benny's protege, and he kind of teaches him some things. Not a nerd, yeah. But I mean,
He was a fast learner.
It didn't diminish my.
It's extremely fast learner. Yeah.
But it's just I don't know that always bugged me. Like, oh, he's just the announcer. Okay.
So Joey had a great text for a category. Now, at the end, when it talks about like where all the kids ended up, which life path would you take?
So let's think about this and let's
Squints.
announce some of them off, right? So Squints has, but let's say I have 9 kids.
Squints is
You have 3.
Barry
I have 2. I'm done.
yeah.
Barry, it's like, how big is she after 9 kids? Like she's not keeping that lifeguard body.
She ain't Wendy Peppercorn no more.
Yeah, she's
Wendy
Porterhouse.
Wendy Puffercorn.
We got the millionaire mini mall makers, Timmy and Tommy.
Yeah.
The great Hambino. De Nunez plays in the minor leagues. Benny's obviously a pro ball player, probably just ratcheting up the hooch.
Yeah.
And the
Especially for LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's.
announcer.
Smalls.
I kind of want to get into the 60s and never be heard from again. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Bertram.
Bertram. What was the other? Skydiving? Yeah.
Yeah. Did skydiving. Yeah. Okay.
It'd probably be, it's got to be Benny, right? I want that MLB
Yeah.
career.
I don't know.
I feel like Smalls had the best
That's
outcome.
what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking Smalls.
No. But if he's wearing the same hat, 25
broke.
years later, he's broke. Like they're
He's Vin Scully. He's the Dodgers announcer. He can just do that for his entire life.
Imagine he goes home and he still goes home to his mom's house and,
Yeah.
and Bill's still there. Like, oh.
This fucking kid won't leave.
You gonna get a real job, kid? Remember when you were playing around with the director set?
You want to beat him with a fastball again.
He's not even a real announcer. He's just in
A super fan.
in a box and just with Benny's like fan ticket or something. Just like, oh yeah, give him the microphone. Okay.
Honestly, if it wasn't Benny, I'd probably want to own a mini mall.
Yeah. that's
Millionaire
nice.
lifestyle, Don't even
Got a
have to work
problem with that,
anymore.
though. Like those two, the two brothers that close, inventing mini malls together, almost incestuous to me. It seems there's something weird going on there, I think. Yeah.
To be honest, with
You
you, their
you
characters,
clearly don't watch The White Lotus.
their characters are so unneeded, but the only reason why they're there is because they needed the body count for the amount of
For the whole
players.
team.
You could have literally did that whole movie without those two brothers, and nothing would have happened differently.
Couple fly balls would have landed.
When he shakes off the dust after getting blown up by the
I
vacuum,
play myself.
it's such a great blow off of dust.
Yeah.
I blame myself.
We're going into this.
But
All of a
think
sudden, he
about
gets
it.
an epiphany.
I blame
The
myself.
90s bowl cut.
Yeah.
Yes.
The kid was the best. So that leads to I liked the Joey, the which failed attempt was your favorite of them getting the ball?
So I'll list off my son Jax, which I was surprised. He said that his favorite was skydiving in,
Yeah.
Yes.
and I was surprised because he was terrified at that part.
Yeah.
Dad, you gonna get eaten? I'm like, no, buddy, you're good.
I
And
know,
then,
you
like,
gotta find
when
out.
they're face to face,
Yeah.
he just puts the blankets over his head and couldn't stand it. I think that's got in mind too. I know that's
Yeah,
great.
I agree.
Yeah.
Same.
Nah,
Because
the vacuum.
Clever.
Vacuum, yeah.
You like the vacuum?
Vacuum.
The vacuum's not going to work. Is it going to work?
I like how they use the umpire mask as like like the cone part.
The suction.
That
You got it.
Yeah, you got it. Pull it up. Like, yeah.
Now, are we saying that the dog Hercules, when the erector set flipped that ball, that Hercules caught it at the apex, like the ball was going to clear the fence, or the erector set just didn't have enough juice and it was coming back down?
I don't know. I think that he caught it at the apex, but then it's like
Mm-hmm.
how
It was a Herculean effort.
To me, it looked like it was coming up short.
Yeah, me too. But Benny was backing up. He goes, I got it. He's backing up. Like, Benny knows how to judge a fly ball, I would
He
assume.
doesn't play in the field very often, so he's probably
So it's,
Benny's fucking
he's
blind.
literally always
He's DH.
He's a
no, but he has to be an outfielder though, right? Because when he's at the dish hitting the field, there's only 9 of them. So that means there's 8 people in the field, 1 at the dish. I'm assuming there's 2 outfielders. So when they play an actual game, Benny's probably center fielder.
He's the fastest guy.
Well, didn't they pick up Smalls to be the last
Left.
outfielder?
Mhm.
Yeah. No, but there's only 9 kids.
Yeah, Benny covers center, right?
Or do you have De Nunez, the black kid, who's the pitcher in the outfield?
Oh, because he told him left, not left center. And usually, if you have 2, you got somebody in both the centers.
Good call. Interesting.
With
That's
those
a
flyers on,
Cinematical error.
covering that outfield.
Oh yeah, no balls dropping in.
None.
Please catch it.
Yeah. What were some of the other ones we were rattling off?
So I like this one, and I can start it off if nobody else has an answer for this. But obviously, Babe Ruth. If you had a signed Babe Ruth ball like that, I would put that behind like inch thick
It
glass.
was actually,
So
yeah. You're telling me
What's that?
none of the kids were like, or like De Nunez wasn't like this ball's got
Nobody checked the ball.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
oh, you just have a ball. Like oh, cool, okay. Like
As a pitcher, usually the first thing you do is you like check the ball a little bit. But whatever. But like, so what's your most coveted signature that you guys have? Pro athlete, musician, celebrity, whatever.
I have a Garrett Wilson autographed picture that I like a lot that a friend of mine gave me.
I have a Dusty Pedroia signed jersey.
So first of all, we have a Jets and we have a Red Sox. This sucks. These answers suck, guys.
Yeah, I disagree.
um,
Pedroia is one of my favorite players of all time.
I know. I didn't appreciate it. Was it Arizona State, right?
Yes.
I love it. It's just tiny little zone. Plate coverage was amazing. Still hits him for power. It was good.
what about
Mine's Jim Kelly. I have it on a Jim Kelly jersey. Got it at
explains it.
J.C. Penney and Eastview Mall. There you go.
Nice.
Had to wait 2 hours to get that signature.
Worth it.
Worth it.
I shit my pants, but it was worth it.
I would say, not cards or anything. Probably my Puzzlesny jersey.
This was
Bills or Penn State or Jags?
It's Bills.
Don't tell me Jags.
No, it's Bills.
Okay.
It's Bills. It was authentic. It is authentic. Like the numbers are sewn on, and Boz took it to Bills camp when we were working at Rec, and
What a piece of shit.
yeah, and got it signed. I was like, oh, combining both Penn State and Buffalo.
Let me touch base on something about this ball real quick.
Go for it.
That ball really only value lost on that was sentimental value because there was no COA for that thing. There was no nothing like he could have took the ball, he wrote Baby Ruthie on it and put it on there, and it was just the same value because there was nothing to back that thing up.
Did they have that back in the 60s? I don't know shit about this.
Probably not.
I doubt it.
But it was
it was sentiment. I don't think it was fiscal.
Like, oh, somebody gave it to him. Like, you don't even know where he got it from. Like,
It's a sentimental, like, obviously, I feel like if it was a fiscal thing, it would have been pristine, locked away, or sold by that point.
COA.
And not only that, but yeah, like if you got that from the holy grail of people, like that thing's got to be graded, like hidden in shrink wrap of some sort. Like, nobody would even see it. I wouldn't want to show nobody.
Yeah, you don't have it just sitting out so your
I would
shit-stained
have that
stepson can just take it.
Yeah.
and-
Crap all over your legacy.
Was that a thing though? If it was sentimental, it was probably also it's a trophy ball, right? He wants to show it off. So like if you don't have monetary value, you don't have any anticipation or want to get any monetary value out of it. Was that even a thing back in the 60s? When did sports memorabilia really kick off? Wasn't not until the 90s.
Do you think he bucks that kid's mom in the office while looking at the ball?
Not anymore.
I would make her hold it between her shoulder blades and her neck
No, he puts it right on.
the whole time.
He puts it right on her tailbone.
No. Speaking of which, one of Phil's categories that he had texted me was, would you bang Smalls' mom?
Yes.
That's a definite yes. That is Karen Allen, and she is
W in the chat.
huge crush. That's a double smash.
What else is she in?
Huge crush. Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
Rude,
In Diana Jones.
Indiana Jones. No, immediate smash. Honestly, one of my, I was trying to think of like, okay, who would you rather bang, Wendy Peppercorn or I'm trying to think, what is it? Is there another girl in there?
No.
Oh, Smalls' mom. She's looking good.
All right, so Wendy or Smalls' mom.
It's Wendy. I mean,
If you don't say Wendy, something's wrong.
it's Wendy.
Maybe
10 out of 10 times.
like her.
Like there's a backstory like no other somewhere. If you're taking the mom.
9 out of 9 times, I guess
Like
one would say.
Yeah,
All right.
that's true. That's true.
Here's another one from Smells, which I think this is going to be really good for opening up for some humiliation and discourse. Have you ever experienced humiliation quite like not being able to throw a ball in front of your friends?
Mhm.
Like the kid's just trying to make new friends. He throws the ball like he's a 7-year-old girl,
Yeah.
and
Can you
he gets
imagine?
laughed off the field.
Yeah, like multiple times.
Yes.
Because at first they're like, "Oh, the ball's coming," he just doesn't catch it, and then like throw it in, and he like stands there, like makes the pose, and then just goes 2 feet in front of him. Like,
Well, first off, the zesty way he caught it was more than enough.
yeah,
And he didn't even catch it.
My face when he threw it was just like, oh my God.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know if I've ever been humiliated like that. I'm really trying to think.
that's like
There's no.
showing up to the first football practice and like you just can't throw. You can't throw the ball. I don't know.
It's just like you get fucking decleated on the first play.
That's true.
It's just like you have no business being out here, sort of thing.
Yeah, I have one.
And yeah, go ahead.
I got one.
Mm,
Senior year, soccer. Never played soccer before. I was in the game. It was a night game under the lights. Stands were popping. And my buddy, Cam, throws a ball into me. And I bounce it off my chest to settle it, looking good. And then I go to rip a shot, and I just completely miss the ball. I just completely missed the ball. And their team just took it and went. And it was very embarrassing.
Okay.
Like, did you just whiff in a soccer game? Yes.
Okay.
He's like, who's the huge guy in heavyweights who like tries to kick the ball but like completely misses it?
Oh, the one with the curly hair.
Yeah, he's the big guy who doesn't talk.
Yeah,
Sims.
the one with the bloody nose. Yes,
Sims.
Congratulations, Mrs. Sims. You're the fattest.
when they're in the Apache relay and they're trying to kick goals against the other team to move on, and he's trying to kick it and completely misses and falls down.
I got. Phil knows this one. I got a really embarrassing moment that I think could beat that. I was like super obsessed with X-Men. Still am actually.
I feel like this is like a
Valid.
counseling session. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is
help my life.
Glad we brought it up.
Good.
this is definitely
Mine
This
still
is-
makes me drink to this
this
day.
is a deep one here. So yeah, I was obsessed with X-Men, and the one of like 4 times I ever went to the mall before, because my parents, we grew up in the country, so Henrietta and the mall was like the city to them, and they were scared of it. So we went to the mall one time, and in J.C. Penney's, I seen these sick ass X-Men boxers that were like, I didn't know were boxers at the time. They were shorts, or I thought they were shorts in my head. And my stepmother, who knew nothing about boxer shorts or anything, was like, all right, I'll buy them for you. And me thinking I was cool as hell, go to school that Monday, rocking my new X-Men shorts that were boxers. And we had a fire drill that day. And during the fire drill, this is when somebody first discovered it, that they were actually boxers. And they pointed and started chanting at me, Royals wearing boxers. And got everybody started chanting at it. And that was the first time I thought about KMSing.
Oh my god.
That was traumatic. And like still my palms are sweaty just reliving the moment.
Thank you for sharing that, Royal, and for taking power over the situation. It was that shows great growth, strength, and maturity.
I never wore them again.
At least you were layered up.
Tell me who that person is, and we will find that person. and dispose of them. And
I'm sure that person's grown up mightily. Kids can be tough.
I hope karma caught them real good. I hope they were somewhere stuck in their boxes where they had to face that.
they're somewhere stuck in there.
I hope they got locked out of a hotel or something in their boxers.
Like shit their pants or something like that.
Yes.
They're just having a hell of a time. I too had those boxers, and I wore them to my neighbor's house, but I
Was that the one with the big Wolverine on the front?
no, it had
No.
Comic book strip.
yeah.
Okay.
It had like all of them, and I remember thinking, these shorts, this hole in the front with a button, that's a terrible design. But I mean, yeah, there's
So Mills, were you wearing boxers under?
No, I was wearing
Is that shorts?
tidy whities at that time in my adolescence. No, I didn't know what boxers were clearly at that moment.
These are some pretty cheap shorts.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, and I was like, dude, they got like this easy access buttonhole. Like, we're good, man. Paper thin on a hot day. We're fancy.
Might as well be shorts to me. Yes.
Yeah, and they were hanging on a coat hanger or like a hanger, which is even weirder to me that they display boxes on hangers. Like, I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people
Trick two people with
poor
that
memory.
one. Trick
Yeah.
my stepmom and me.
There you go.
So, good marketing, I guess.
Yeah. Like, you know what? Some people who never come to the mall, they're going to think these are actual shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, got them.
Yep.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
again, that took a lot of bravery and a lot of balls. Squints-sized balls to share that.
Thank you for sharing, Royal.
Yeah, that
That was big. That was big of you.
that was very hard.
The only thing I could think of that was slightly embarrassing, but it wasn't in front of friends, so it's not the same thing. But my mom finding my porn collection on her family computer, that was embarrassing.
Mhm.
Quite. You download a lot of weird stuff when you're in your teens, you know?
Mm-hmm. LimeWire.
I want to know, but I don't want to know.
I know. It's just like now all of a sudden, my mom, thinks I'm some sort of freak. Little does she know I am.
Yes. Little does she know. Daddy's gonna.
She doesn't listen to this podcast, so I'm okay.
I know she should. Yeah. What was?
Do you want to, Phil? Do you want to go over the Keith Hernandez theory?
So, I was sitting there when at the end when it's like, oh my God, he stole home and blah blah blah. Like, oh yeah, he's got a thick head of hair and a thick mustache. Looks like Keith Hernandez. And I'm like, wait a minute, 93. I mean, yeah, that's like primetime Keith Hernandez. And like, think about this, Benjamin Rodriguez. He's got a white first name and a Mexican last name, and Keith Hernandez. I think Keith Hernandez wrote Sandlot. Prove me wrong.
So Keith Hernandez was born in 54.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This movie took place in 62. I believe Benny's probably more like 12.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I do agree that, and honestly, I think I remember the first time seeing that, I'm like, that looks exactly like Keith Hernandez. And little known fact, the character playing Benny the Jet Rodriguez in that last scene is actually Benny's older brother in real life.
Oh.
No, it's Benny's older brother in real life.
Keith Hernandez. I know.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
He killed
Royal's
his
giving a
part.
thumbs up.
Killed his part.
That's good.
The jet stole home. The jet stole home.
So Keith Hernandez was also born in the San Francisco area, so California kid. Could have been.
I think it was. There are a lot
It
of
was.
similarities there. I don't think he was known for being fast, but who knows?
It's because he wasn't wearing his flyers.
Now,
Now, I'm sorry, go ahead,
I
Phil.
was going to say, So PF flyers, are those real or are those just Converse for poor Mexican kids?
My God.
So I'm not sure. Somebody Google this right now, please, because Lynn Mapleview and myself got into an argument, which we often do because she constantly makes up things that I say,
He's out of touch.
and yeah, she's so totally out of touch. She said, "I almost got you those because you said you wanted those PF flyers." I'm like, I don't believe PF flyers are a thing. What are you
They
talking
are.
about?
They're real.
Like, did I say? Are they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a website, pfflyers.com.
So maybe I am wrong. Maybe I owe an apology. All right.
$90.
Dang.
That's it. Steal.
Easily takes a quarter of a second off of your 40 time.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
You go from 6 to.
Xavier
imagine-
Worthy wearing PF flyers during the 40-yard dash.
Could you imagine how pissed his mom was that he took out a brand new pair just for that?
Yeah.
Like, no, use your shit pair.
It's like,
Dirtied them up.
I have another observation. Is I almost said Jenny. Is Benny poor?
Because he's Hispanic?
No.
I mean,
I don't
he's
think he-
giving away extra hats and gloves. I think he was the rich kid.
I'm talking about.
I'm thinking he's just like, oh, let me just go grab a new pair of shoes so that I can outrun this dog.
He's got the parents that splurged on him.
He's got the cards.
It might have just been his birthday.
His room looked like not sparse.
Oh, you're right. He had a nice room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I wouldn't say rich, but maybe like just like a more well-off family.
Mr. Rodriguez could have been a software engineer.
he could have been. Yeah. And,
Just
Is that right, guys?
comfortable living, middle-class family.
yeah. George
He
Rodriguez.
just likes to slum it with the poor kids in the Sandlot.
Stephen.
Okay. Well,
See, I was like, you know what? Maybe he's not. It's like, why isn't he on that travel team?
we're not sure if that's a Travis team. It could be the team from the next town over.
Maybe he thinks he's too good for him.
He probably was, but
Yeah.
Like, they don't deserve me.
then he's on the friggin' Dodgers.
Maybe it was
Like,
selfish reasons. He likes to play amongst the less talented, so he looks that much better.
the Whites.
Maybe he played for a rival team and didn't rock the gear and we had no idea.
These are all great questions that need to be asked.
Yeah,
But-
we're gonna have to pull up Cameo.
I do.
Yeah. This is a great question.
Yeah.
Was Benny poor?
Is it-
Yeah. I'm glad we vetted that one out. Yeah.
Is Ben,
Here's a
you
question.
know that we could ask him just all this stuff?
Who do you think's the poor one out of all of them?
The poorest kid?
Yeah.
Boris
Bertram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all in agreement on that one.
Bertram.
His parents had Ford glasses.
Mm.
So
And he got real tied up in the 60s, so that just means he grew up in a filled household of drugs and alcohol.
He's
well,
the-
let's also think about
the
this.
one that had the
So
Red Man. The big
Oh,
chief or whatever it was.
what were the kids wearing? Most of them were wearing Levi's, right?
And Gen A was right around that time too, just saying.
I mean, Squints was definitely wearing hand-me-down clothes all the time. Secondhand clothes. I remember
well, he's
all
got
his
9
baggy
kids, but
clothes.
he needs to start saving his money ASAP.
Yeah, but they have a thriving pharmaceutical store.
Oh, they sell baseballs for 98 cents.
It's a street pharmacy.
Yeah.
He's just slinging cocaine
Yeah,
with
it's
his.
middle
No.
of LA.
Back then they were slinging Quaaludes.
Mm-hmm.
To all the housewives.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he had 9 kids. He's got 9 runners.
His hot ass wife.
I did find some one very interesting tie-in because I was going through basically every character in IMDb and I wanted to look up, what they've been up to.
Mr. Murray wasn't blind.
Almost every. He was not. He was actually Darth Vader. Almost everyone, and I think every single person I looked up, because I didn't look up James Earl Jones, had a role in Boy Meets World. Every single one of those characters, like all of the kids on the team.
Squints was in season 1. I know that.
Like Wendy was. all the kids were. I just thought that was really weird because I looked. I'm like, wait, was it like this? Did they just do a Sandlot episode or something like that? It was weird. Art LaFleur, the guy who played the Babe, was in it. It just like there was legitimately 6 or 7 people that were in episodes of Boy Meets World.
Hold on. Yes, Art LaFleur was. He was in.
I loved him in Man of the House.
He owned the
Right.
restaurant that they stop at when Chet dies. And he recognizes Sean. And he's like, "You look familiar." He's like, "Well, I've never been here before." "Well, that's not what I meant. I'm just saying you look familiar because of Chet." So there. I don't think was Smalls or
Small. I actually didn't look him up because I knew a few other things that he was in. But I'll do this off camera with you. I'll send you over a list
I'll
of
send you some links.
who's been on there. I just thought it was very interesting that like a very popular movie like this, it makes sense that there would be a little bit of crossover into very popular
Jesse
TV.
Hall wasn't in. I don't think he was.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean, you're gonna come correct with Boy Meets World here.
Yeah. Speaking of Art LaFleur, he might be one of the most underrated, like that guy's in terms of sports movies. He's in The Sandlot. He's in The Replacements. He's in Field of Dreams. He's in Mr. Baseball.
Seen Field of Dreams.
He's one of the players. I think he's the first baseman.
Damn.
He's 100% in Field of Dreams. He's in 4 pretty decently iconic sports movies.
Yeah.
Trying hard to think of another guy that has that many.
Ray Liotta.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Well, but Costner. Yeah, but I said that guy. Costner is the main guy. Yeah, Costner's been in 3 different baseball movies, Tin Cup's amazing. I love that movie.
Yep. Draft.
Yeah. What's that one where he's got For the Love of the Game? With John C. Reilly as his catcher.
Yeah. With John Travolta's wife. Like, whoa, hey, what just happened there? I think we might have lost some feed, and
I think a fence might have dropped on some of us.
and now Stevie P has been replaced by Joe John. That's weird. Hey, Joe John.
Smells like an upgrade.
It's definitely an upgrade in handsomeness. So welcome.
Commission checks.
And commission checks.
So far.
Yeah. Guys just
happy to
selling
be here.
so much Bitcoin.
I guess I can call myself probably the residential tech expert at this point based on how yesterday sounded like it went.
Frustrating.
But yeah, I was out in the mountains, so wasn't able to be here, unfortunately.
Wait. North Carolina has mountains? Get out of here.
Yeah, much to my shock and some dismay. There's mountains out there. As I was telling Phil earlier, I was out in Asheville this weekend, and I factually know that there's mountains in North Carolina, but it just doesn't like compute in my brain. So when we got out there and there was like real ass mountains, I was like, "This is cool." I don't know. I have a hard time picturing it, especially even now when I was just out there.
Is there any part of Asheville left? Didn't they get like wiped out by the hurricane?
Asheville was in good shape from obviously you could see like where they were still cleaning stuff up and like just where like the bodies of water were. There's just like, it's like dirty.
The bodies of humans were.
Or like, like creeks and stuff. But no, it was overall fine. Obviously there's all the wildfires nearby now too. So that reduced visibility, but we were still able to go hiking. And
sounds like a lovely place.
It was. We got dinner.
Floods, bodies, fires.
It is actually gorgeous.
You were being sarcastic. It actually is very lovely. I had a great time.
Is it? Did you run into Luke Combs at all?
I did not. Is he from there?
That's where he hails from.
Oh, really?
I don't know about Asheville, but Appalachian State is in Boone.
Oh, yeah, App State. Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I know a couple people down here, or yeah, here that went to App State.
there you go.
I will say
Cheers.
no free promo, but Omni Grove, the Sunset Terrace restaurant. I got the 16-ounce New York strip steak. Best steak I ever had.
Mm.
So good.
What
What sauce do you dip it in?
For the most part, I didn't use sauce,
There
but they
you
had like a little azure thing on the side that I was like, I got talked into using it, and honestly,
Azure.
Yeah.
it was good. I didn't know
I
what
think
it
it means
was.
as you.
Azure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can tell I've seen it written. I haven't heard it.
Bless you. Okay.
Joe John is just classy. Love it. What
Can I get that New York strip at an A1, please?
yeah, what temp did you get that at?
Medium rare.
Okay, good. I was gonna say if you say well done, we're gonna kick you
No,
out.
God, no.
Okay. Well, good. Well, that's got me hungry now. So thanks.
That's all I can think about.
Jonesing for a good ribeye. But yeah, so where we left off, we were talking about Joey Berry's, how you posited that there are a lot of these Sandlot folks that have been in Boy Meets World. Now, I think I was pushing back on that. That I know Yaya, I know Yeah. I keep saying Yaya like he's a Spanish grandma. Yeah, Squints, and Babe Ruth. I know where they are in there. Is it just those three?
I'm not really prepared to answer this question.
Okay.
If you would
Okay.
like me to Google it really quickly, I could. But in doing my research, there was at least 6 or 7 people because after the first couple, I'm like, this is very odd. So I started specking the years that it showed that they were on, and it was
Lines
all
up.
over the board.
Yeah.
It was all over the
Lines
board.
up.
So like I originally I thought I'm like, was there some sort of like because Corey Matthews is a big Phillies fan. Did they do a baseball episode or something like that? I don't believe that's the case. You're a
The
much
Jim
bigger
Abbott one.
connoisseur of Boy Meets World. So I think it
Yeah.
was just the fact that, hey, it was a very popular movie in 1993, which was like, right when Boy Meets World was getting its like second or third season. So they just
Actually,
dipped from that well.
that's the one that Yaya is in. It was like they had to come up with like a career and then like present that to the class. And Corey said he was going to be an outfielder for the Phillies. And Yaya dressed up like Mr. Feeney and said he was going to be a teacher. And he failed him for sucking up. And he gave Corey an incomplete because he just was like, oh, I'm going to play baseball and didn't have a plan. And then Jim Abbott shows up.
Oh yeah,
And that's that episode. So there you go.
Jim Abbott, one arm.
Bam.
Thank you, Google AI. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the Sandlotters was in it, and then obviously you had Art LaFleur was in it, and
Sure.
there might have been a couple other side characters in there. So
Okay. There you go.
a lot of dipping went on.
Love it.
Probably same agent maybe.
It's
Same
possible.
agents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible. Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's the Mighty Ducks blending with Jesse Hall and Benny, aka Luis Mendoza. What else? Yeah, I mean, if you're a kid,
There was a couple of kids in the Big Green.
I'm surprised
So
Keenan
Cam
wasn't in
and the
this.
Swints.
Yeah.
Were in the Big Green.
Yep.
Keenan or Gerald.
Keenan was not in the same.
Gerald Garner, age 11, 145 pounds.
Wasn't Goldberg or the person that played Goldberg wearing a Phillies jersey in
That's right.
heavyweights?
No, he was wearing a Phillies jersey in
Flyers, and Mighty Ducks, because he
Mighty
was from
Ducks.
Philadelphia.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But also, Boy Meets World. So there you go.
Yeah, wasn't he one of like this street? He was like this one of the street toughs when they
No.
were in like junior high, wasn't he?
He was when they were in college. He was roommates with Gamblin' Dan.
Sure.
I don't know why, but Vader always stood out to me as the
Love
the
One of
one.
Mills, what an episode.
Yeah, the one
Why
celebrity that was on the show. For some reason, that one's burned into my brain.
Yeah. Vader bomb. Well,
On to
I mean,
nothing.
that's what's his face? Frankie is the
Yeah,
kid.
Frankie's
What
dad.
the hell's he?
Who did he wrestle in that?
Ethan Suplee. Jake the Snake.
He wrestled Jake the Snake in the show?
Mhm.
I don't remember that.
Vader, yeah.
Oh no, because he wrestled Eric, did he?
He was in it multiple times. He was Frankie's dad, so he was in like
Yeah.
4 or 5 episodes. There's one where it's Topanga's Sweet 16 and Vader is fighting Jake the Snake for a chance at the belt, and Corey and Sean have to go back and forth to each event.
And yes, remember to take the face mask off.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Royal. That's a classic.
Such a great one.
That is a great one. So
I have to be there for my father.
Probably peak 90s sitcom.
I have no wrestling advice, just the love of a son. Yeah, I love that show. Clearly. So as far as that is concerned, we got the Boy Meets World. Was there anything else? I think we wanted to put a little emphasis on Mr. Myrtle. And actually, shout out to Dane the Spice Man Cumin, because I was talking to him today, and he loves the movie chatter where we talk about what actors were in what, and the connections that are made. I told him the Bubble Boy and Zodiac, and he was loving it. This is a former coworker of Royal and Joe John and myself. He still works there. But
You gotta love the banter. You gotta love the cross connectiveness.
Love
Speaking
the
of which,
movie
and
talk. Yeah.
if we didn't end up recording about Art LaFleur, so James Earl Jones, obviously in Sandlot as Mr. Myrtle, also in Field of Dreams, playing the second lead. Art LaFleur plays the babe in the Sandlot, also in Field of Dreams, also in The Replacements, also in Mr. Baseball.
Yep.
One of an all-time casting for sports movies. One, Art LaFleur.
Yes. That's a good one. Is he still
For
alive?
some of those, probably not even baseball shape at all.
Yeah. They're like, you look like a baseball player.
Right? He just had a gross, rugged, 30s looking face.
Yeah, the Replacements. I forgot about that. He was
Assistant coach.
The decoy or the
Eagle over cover 4.
cover 2.
It's cover 4. I'm
Is it?
positive. Which
Are
I
you
don't
sure?
understand why they're playing cover 4 in a goal line defense. Never made sense.
I don't know. What? Yeah, I don't know. That's probably why they sucked.
All right, well, take us to Mr. Myrtle.
Mr. Myrtle. So, one of those, Royal brought up the kid, or both of you brought up, kids of the 60s, just out there, just having fun. Think about that you knock on your neighbor's door and this guy who literally 5 minutes before you thought was the meanest man on the face of the planet because of Squints' shitty story. And he's like, oh, come on in. Now we can talk about this ball. And it's like, in today's day and age, that's definitely some red flags. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't know
I'm
about
talking
this.
about these balls.
Yeah. No, I thought you said about the baseball. I'm like, oh my God. Well,
That's
now
what
I
it is nowadays.
Yeah. So I thought that was, like that's the 2025 in me that there's a red flag, like something you didn't think about probably back then, but next thing you,
Immediately,
next,
immediately
yeah.
checked by my wife, Lynn Mapleview, as we were watching with the kids last night.
Mhm.
Immediately, she turns to Jack and says, "Now, Jack, you know you don't
Oh my
go in a
God.
strange man's home, just so you know, even if he's offering candy or murderous
Or
real baseballs."
or baseball memorabilia. But what if he's got an Aaron Judge torpedo bat? Then what?
Aaron Judge doesn't use one.
There you go.
Thank
Just
you,
saying.
Joe Mills. Thank you. I was waiting for the Phil Boughton riff on that. Like, don't bring this up on Wednesday, Phil. Just don't.
What?
Torpedo bats. You will get absolutely schooled.
I don't feel a negative way about him.
Sounds like you do.
Cattell Marte has been using one since 2019.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
Why'd you jump off my back?
Well, any chance you get to rip the Yankees, you do it in front of my face. Why don't you get off my back?
I
George
have nothing
Herman
to
Ruth
say.
would not appreciate this.
I know George Herman Ruth's probably using a torpedo bat. Actually, you
Not
know what I did
Concrete
think?
hammer.
I did think was funny was they were like, oh, and then the next pitch he hit a 400-foot homer. It's like that's nothing. Freaking, what's his face? Who was somebody who doesn't hit homers just hit a 430-foot homer. So it's like, okay, I understand it's the dead ball, but it's like, maybe if you want to blow some smoke up Babe Ruth's ass, maybe make it a
Well,
500.
the Polo Grounds was like 600 feet
I
to
know.
center field.
I know. Yeah. Nobody ever hit. Have you seen The Babe?
Was that the one with Goodman?
John Goodman.
I love that movie. Nobody's ever hit a home run at Forbes Field. And then he hits 2. And then he just quits. I love that movie. It's a good one. The bad guy from Kindergarten Cop's the pitcher. Yeah. I know things.
Maybe for back to school we do Kindergarten Cop.
Love it.
Love
Right
that
before
movie.
right in August, we get a ferret. We let him run around Phil's house while he does a podcast.
Leica would go nuts. That thing would be dead in 2 seconds. I love it.
But-
Yeah. I mean,
No, well, so you had brought up, why is it just Smalls and Benny that go in the house? Well, the other kids are scared, right? They didn't help Benny or Smalls lift the fence off because they were afraid of getting eaten. Once again, because of Squints' story, they sort of put a little bit of fear into them that they don't want to mess with Mr. Myrtle either. They're just wetting their jockeys over there.
I just had an epiphany here, and Smalls went from being the biggest puss to like having the biggest balls, and transitioning in that whole movie.
Yeah.
Between
You're right,
not
Lenny.
knowing how to catch or throw to becoming like a group leader and like basically led the attack on everything, and walked in that guy's house knowing you never know what's going to happen. We'll see.
That
Then
move-
all of a sudden, he's a
About his
sportscaster.
mom, like his mom, like he's a great kid, right? He's a very smart kid. Obviously leadership qualities, but his mom was just wanted him to become more social, maybe to bring it out of him a little bit more.
Yeah. She saw greatness. Some have greatness thrust upon them, I think is the moral there.
Yeah,
I'll thrust greatness upon you.
Benny and
Damn.
So glad you're
Smalls.
here, Joe John.
What are you doing? You watching Severance there, Joe John?
What'd you say?
You watching Severance?
No, I'm just hanging out, just doing the backstage stuff. But I was watching Severance before we got on. I'm
I need
rewatching
to
season
watch
2.
Gemstones.
Oh, Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, I missed that last
I
night.
keep hearing about that show.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's all I've got on that. I think, now we finish up the movie. You see the thumbs up. Older Benny's got just a thick head of hair and just a thick Keith Hernandez mustache on him.
Great 5 o'clock shadow. You can tell that guy if he doesn't
Yeah.
shave for 3 hours. It's
So when they're what, 11 or 12 in 1962?
yeah, I had a
Assuming
problem with that. He would be like 44 years old.
right, he's not pinch running at 44.
No,
Mm.
he is the Jet. Actually, did you just see Pac-Man Jones? So Pac-Man Jones was on what podcast? He could say he's like, yeah, I can jog a 4.540, and and they're like, absolutely no way you can get 4.4 at 39 years old. And he went out and on pavement, which is slower than what they run on the tracks. He ran a 4.51. It's just like, hey, maybe the Jets just has young legs still.
Okay, 39 versus 44.
I
And
know,
then-
I know.
Oh,
And
don't
then
forget steroid era.
true.
Eh?
Babe Ruth did say you're the one with the rubber legs or whatever,
Mhm.
right? So it's like, okay. Maybe.
Well, he also stole home, right? If you get a good jump, you could steal home.
How old
The
was
Jets
Ricky
go
Henderson?
home.
How old was Ricky Henderson? And every year he's a different age.
Well, he's dead. But how old was he his last playing year?
I have no idea.
It's got to be
I think he
pretty
played for like
close.
15 years. Right?
I don't know. I would say it's got to be pretty close to that.
Yeah.
40 something. I don't know.
Hey, these guys are pro athletes. They're different than you and I. I started breaking down at 30.
He's not a pro athlete. It's Luis Mendoza's brother.
Clearly,
Ruiz
they
Mendoza.
saw something in him.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. A thick mustache. But yeah, I mean, that's all I've got. Anybody else have anything to share here before we give it the axe?
I did just want to say that this movie is extremely quotable, from all the insults to base up you blockheads to and actually last night, so like that obviously the lifeguard scene where it's like, man, she don't know what she was doing. Yeah, she knows exactly what she's doing. So that's actually from a movie. I didn't even pick it up until last night. It's from Cool Hand Luke, where the inmates are watching a blonde wash her car, and they're doing the same thing. And they got the sergeant from Naked Gun in there, and he's a younger guy, and they're hacking away and just looking at her, just like, oh man, she don't know what she's doing. But the funny thing about that is that movie was in 1967, but this movie is set in 1962. So I just thought that was kind of funny since that line didn't exist yet. Um, And then honestly, one of my favorite quotes from any movie ever is from the Babe in this movie, where he goes, heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Follow your heart, you can never go wrong. I just got finished redoing Jack's bedroom in Buffalo Bills. I might stencil that on the wall. Just yeah,
Just to let him know.
Homage.
homage to the Babe.
I thought you were going to say Henry Aaron. I don't know why, but can I keep this? Like, okay. like, yeah, freaking.
Well, he was already. Because Henry
60.
started playing, I think, 1957, so he was already 5 years into his career. So
Yeah, but Babe Ruth was dead in
No, before that, yeah.
Yeah. So
It is a movie, you know.
I know. I just want it to be accurate. I want it to be precise. But what can you do? So
Sure. A 20-year-old mastiff jumping over a fence and sprinting for 20 minutes.
allegedly 27-year-old mastiff. Yeah. But who's to say? Royal, anything you want to drop? Any pearls of wisdom on us?
I'm just baking like a toasted cheeser right now, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hot over there.
very.
It's hot in this box. But all right. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys being flexible, getting back with us after that crazy power outage. And I appreciate you, the fans, sticking with us and all the feedback. Gotten a lot of feedback on episode 1. Love to hear it. Hopefully we start implementing some of those nuances into it. Shout out Paul Kehoe. But yeah, let us know in the comments section, since we are on YouTube now, if there's anything that you want to see. Maybe you want to see Joe John take his shirt off. I don't know. But you just comment that and we'll think about it. Otherwise,
He has a permanent shirt on underneath it.
yes.
Well, hold on. I believe I said if we get 1,000 subscribers, I will
Pierce your nipple.
wax my chest on air.
Ooh. We
There
need
you
to
go.
make that happen.
1,000
Did you know-
subscribers.
Did you know is going in for surgery to get a nipple ring that is like stuck? He's going to get it out next week.
What?
Nope.
How did it get stuck?
I don't know. It just
Was it an overgrowth? Was it a sexual accident? Was it a sweater that pulled?
I think it was that it was just in there and it just like, you know, when those like things grow over things.
Yeah, like a ring on your finger.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
the heck are we doing right now?
So, should you end before talking about this?
No, I just totally made that up.
Okay.
I mean, you might want to end. That was
The Segway
Yeah.
King here.
That would work.
that's. I don't care. I don't shit. He's not gonna listen to it. That was my thing today. I was just sitting there making up rumors to just be spreading in the office.
That sounds
All right.
productive.
So then we can enjoy these bits.
Okay. Well, well, good luck with that nipple surgery. I hope everybody has a great evening and enjoyed listening to us. Catch us on the next episode. Not quite sure what it is, but it's going to be great. And
If
I
you
will
guys
talk
want some more,
some
like
more.
and subscribe.
Boom, hammer those buttons. And we will hammer your ears with love. Much appreciated. Take care of yourself. Be good. See you soon. Boom.